Greetings. Welcome back to the Green Garden Guys channel. Well, today was supposed to be the day that my buddy Jim and I were going to go out and wander on down Makamai Street in Leilani Estates and try to find his house, which is under 20 or 30 feet of lava, as well as the street, so it's not visible either. Unfortunately, Jim decided that he was going to take off without me and try it yesterday. Couldn't wait. Well, I'm sorry, but my good friend Jim went and fell through one of them lava bubbles out there that we've been warned about. Apparently, a lot of it bubbled, and there's a very, very thin crust, and it looks solid on top. Well, he was supposed to be using his golf club to test for lava bubbles, and I guess he got a little over anxious, and he went right through one, ended up in the emergency ward, took I don't know how many stitches in his arm yet, and this morning he's all laid out over there at the house with a lot of painkillers, can't think, can't talk, can't move. So, just a warning, anybody who thought they wanted to go wandering around over there by the fissures and the lava flow, it's dangerous as all get out. You want to stay out of there. You know, you could end up just like Jim with your arm all stitched up. So, considering that my trip for the day was canceled, I'm going to walk around today and start to show off some of the flowers around here, because I believe what happened was, to begin with, last year things really did not bloom properly around here. I've heard this from quite a few people, so it wasn't just on my place. And we don't know whether it was the earthquake, the hurricane, the volcano, or just the year, but things really didn't bloom well. I've said this before. But now all of a sudden, I am having things bloom that ordinarily don't bloom well. We are seeing coffee out here that looks white as snow on Mauna Kea because it all popped into bloom. I'm attributing all of the flowering to the fact that most of January and at least half of February, there was almost no rain here. We only got about 3 inches of rain throughout that entire period, which is very little for this region. And then it suddenly started to rain about the middle of February, more normally, and we got some really big downfalls too. But the rest of it was that it has gone into a cold snap, and we're still in a cold snap here. And I believe that the cold nights have also triggered the plants. So between dry weather, then wet weather, and then cold weather, with pretty much warm, sunny days by and large, I think it's triggering an abnormally large bloom in so many things here, because they must have figured, well, I got a little rest, and so now I'm going for it. So let's wander around and take a look at all this flowering that's got me so excited. Right over here is my Valencia orange, and it's so heavily perfumed. Oh, look, there's an anole climbing up there. Huh, I wonder what he's after. Bugs? You see bugs, buddy? Probably. Anyway, so you see all the flowers, and also my oranges have turned orange too because of the cold nights. Oh, the cacao has been flowering up a storm, and we have lots and lots of pods hanging in the trees here. Even some of the orchid flowering has been exceptional. Just look at that Cattleya. Ooh, gorgeous beast. Here we have another Cattleya that has popped into bloom heavily. Jaboticaba is opening the heaviest bloom yet. We already picked one fruiting off of here. Now we're getting a really heavy bloom coming. I'm going to have to figure out what to do with all this fruit. I'm not exactly sure. So far, the only way I've ever eaten Jaboticaba was just fresh. Looks like I will need to come up with a recipe. Yeah, plenty of fruit in here from the first flowering. Looks like I better get busy picking before the birds get it all. And the Moro blood that has refused to flower for years is now all smelly with perfume. whole tree is fragrant. Oddly, it's blooming on the inside. It's really kind of strange for citrus. They usually tend to bloom more on the outside. The flowers are quite hidden. You can smell them everywhere, but you have to get in here and look for them. Tips of the branches have nothing on them. It's back here on the older wood. Coffee's going white as snow. Well, blossoms all over the place here. We have not finished picking, and the trees are in flower. You see over here how much white there is on the limbs. Usually in this area, coffee blooms kind of sporadically. You know, part of the year it'll bloom a little here, a little there, and so on. It doesn't make Puna one of the best places for picking coffee because the pick is spread out throughout the entire year. Whereas on the Kona side, they get most of the bloom at one time, and so they get most of the harvest at one time. And because of the sudden heavy flowering, it looks like we're going to experience a Kona-like pick this year. Pretty much all the cherries are going to come at one time. The air is sweet. Coffee is a gardenia, and it has a gardenia-like scent. It smells really good here today. Blueberries were also blooming heavily, so we have a lot of fruit set. The flowering is pretty much finished now. And even the strawberries have decided to kick out the jams and flowers here. That popped out all over the place. Dendrobium nobile, like a little bit of cold. They're kind of subtropical orchid. Well, they've been happier than a clam with this stuff too. There's another one here with a golden throat. And then again, I think the cold stimulated the cattleyas too. Cymbidium orchid are subtropical orchids from Southeast Asia, and they are thoroughly enjoying the cooler weather. There's another one here getting ready to flower. Not quite though, but it's making it up. A little coconut orchid is so crowded with flowers in here that it's kind of insane. That's really a nutty looking mass of flowers. I've never seen so many before. Despite the fact that Suriname cherry is usually considered easy to grow around here, this one really didn't seem to like me very much. It's finally starting to bloom. It ain't spring yet. It's still well into winter here, but everything seems to think it's spring. And even peppers that have been sitting around doing nothing in the doldrums all winter, now they have suddenly decided to start to flower. You'll notice here that we have little green spots on the corollas on this flower. This is not classic Capsicum annuum or Capsicum chinense or frutescens. This baby is Capsicum baccatum, the bishop's cap. Ahi from South America. They do really well here in Hawaii. Even the tomatoes are stimulated. We'll have some nice flowers coming on this cherry that kind of came on its own here. Peas are happily flowering, but you know, there's really nothing special about that. They ought to be flowering this time of year. And this poor little temple orange on trifoliate rootstock. It's also blooming up a storm, but the tree is a twerp. And of course, my favorite crop, the corn, is also heavy in the process of setting bloom. We have tassel up top over here and silk on the ears, looking good. Boy, oh boy, it's just a bloomin' surprise today. Aloha, y'all have a wonderful day. Thanks for watching.